guys were trying various setups yesterday. Do you have a clearer picture with where you want to take the car today ahead of qualifying?
I think that, I think we got some great information yesterday. The circuit characteristics have changed quite a lot with the different layout, and so cross-referencing that with our simulations, we were probably a little bit too quick down the straight, yesterday. So, we'll see where that takes us today.
How were the guys dealing with the tyres? A lot of teams wondering how to sort of approach qualifying in the race, given the soft tyre comes into its own almost on the second, third run.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the circuit's rubbered in. Obviously it was quite green yesterday. So I think P3 is going to be fascinating to see how these tyres work in these conditions.
Warmer temperatures good for you guys then, or do you prefer the cooler ones?
Well, it's nice weather here. I don't know whether it's good or bad for the car. So I think we need to wait and see. Certainly the tyres are quite sensitive to temperature, so that's going to be an important factor.
How did yesterday go, and how different is the car feeling for the guys after Jeddah?
No, Pierre is in a good shape. He did a good job yesterday. If we provide him with a good car, with a reliable car, I'm convinced that he can come in qualifying 3 and that he can score points.
The updates or upgrades that you were working on since Jeddah, do you feel that they've added performance to the car?
We didn't bring big upgrades here. It was on just small things because we still have to get a picture about the car and then to develop in the correct direction, because everything is completely new. And although we had the tests in Barcelona and in Bahrain, and we had already 2 races, but the car itself from the technical side is so complex that we still have to find out in which direction to go from the development, and then we will see.
And when it comes to Yuki, of course, taking on a track that he's never driven before, how has he found it, and how has the team been working with him to adjust to this new track?
No, Yuki made big steps forward. You can see it. Yesterday he was really very good competitive, and he showed a fantastic performance. And once more, if the car is reliable, because in Saudi Arabia he even couldn't start the race because of an engine failure, then he will be there. And he is here the first time, but he did really a good job. And he is now much more matured. He understands the car better. He understands the tires, the tire management, and the cooperation with the engineers is much better in the second season.
That measuredness you talk about, is that something that you have spoken to him about, or that he's just learnt on his own?
Both. I expected this, and he is learning. In Formula One you learn every race weekend something new. And as last year he was a rookie, this year it's his second season. He knows many things already, and he is still learning a lot. Yesterday he was long time here, sitting together with the engineers in the evening to find hopefully a good setup for today.
Yesterday looked like you'd made a little step forward. What do you put that down to?
First of all, very happy that it looks like we could make another step compared to Jeddah as well. I think mainly for 2 reasons. First of all, I think we are still learning how to extract the maximum from the current package that we are having. And with us having a challenging start with a challenging test we had in Bahrain, I think we simply were a bit on the back foot in terms of laps going into the season, and now we are recovering from that with the learning each time we go out on track. And the second thing is, I think also the track layout here suits our car again better than, for example, Bahrain. And if you put these 2 things together, I think that's the reason why we are looking more competitive again.
And meanwhile, that brake issue is still ongoing, or have you got a bit more of a handle on that?
No, I think in terms of the brakes, we were pretty much sorted from the Bahrain race weekend onwards, so that doesn't give us any headache at the moment.
Fantastic. And just obviously it's new for you being in Australia with Daniel Ricciardo, the home hero as it were. How do you manage a driver when it's their home race to ensure that they are in the best condition when it comes to Sunday afternoon?
First of all, Daniel is experienced enough to know how he has to handle the situation. From our side as a team, we simply need to make sure that in terms of, let's say, his schedule, where we obviously get a lot of requests from local parties here, that we just keep that under control At the same time, it's a big motivation also for us, for the entire team, seeing how big the support of all the Formula One fans here in Australia is for Daniel and for the team. And so far it's going okay.